Well, today what we're going to look at is the commingling of two of my plants. The Hoya has decided it wants to get a little closer with my string of pearls, so it's growing through the macrame. Let's fix it. We're rearranging here at the window. I've got some plants that are suspended together. One is my Hoya plant, and it has long tendrils going everywhere. Next to it is the string of pearls that I have in a macrame planter. But unfortunately, when I'm ready to move, because we're going to be painting, it's decided they have commingled together right here. I hope you can see one of the leaves has gone right through the macrame. So now I'm gonna, in order to move it, I've got to cut it off. This is a reason for me to root a piece, I think. Let me go on the back side so you can see that little leaf grew right through the macrame. I hope this is focusing okay. Right through, and that giant leaf is on the other side. So they have apparently gotten very friendly with each other. But we're going to fix that. It's kind of got a long tail. It's grown all the way up here, and it was only when I went to untangle it that I found she'd grown through that spot. We'll fix it. Now, both of these plants I've had hanging together over the past summer and through this winter period. So they've had a long time to grow together and have been actively growing a lot. I've taken a lot of cuttings from the string of pearls, as you've seen in some of the previous videos. This is my quote-unquote mother plant that I take a lot of cuttings from, and it bloomed last summer and is still blooming. I should have focused in on a couple of little weird, almost dandelion puff blooms that it has so that you can see those. But it's grown real well along with the Hoya. And the Hoya, last summer I had my first blooms from it. There were probably about, I'd say, a dozen or so. So both of these are doing real well in an eastern window. So it's not any bad thing that they've grown together. It just gives me the opportunity for some cuttings. Okay. Now I am going to, how about okay, let me, I'm going to cut it right, I think I'm going to cut it right here. Okay, and then that will release this one down. But then I will cut this leaf off. This is the spot where it's grown through. And then that will give me this long strand to try to reroot. And I may just go ahead and take that leaf off to put those down, and that would be a long area for it to root. And I think those little bumps might make new spots to root. Now those little bumps along this vine or piece of stem are what would develop into roots if it was trying to climb in the jungle or whatever. Once it reaches moisture, I do think they will reach out and become regular roots. I do have the little sprig of Hoya that I had cut from the vine, and you can see the tiny little bumps that are on there. And I am trying to root from those tiny little bumps. So I have the bottle of water, And let me see if I can focus on what I've gotten so far. Right there in the water, looks like trying to sprout. That's in the area where the leaves were. But it does look like it's trying to sprout there. Kind of a tall bottle here. And you can see the little vine is growing around. But we've got a decent start. Let me get the very end of that. I don't know if you're seeing that very well, but it looks like we've got the potential for a lot of little leaves and branches. But I will probably wait for just a tiny bit more growth before I try to stick it in. I think you can see them from this angle the best. But they're just barely trying to come out from the branch. I'll wait no longer than a few more days and put it down into the soil. And that'll be the first time I've ever rooted a Hoya plant. So wish me luck, and I'll keep you updated to how it develops. I want a nice, new, healthy looking plant like its mama is. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.